Hello everyone, welcome to my next video of Agrobacterium mode of gene transfer technique. So in my previous video we had checked or we have studied about co-integrated vector as well as binary vector. So co-integrated vector where two vectors are clubbed together, whereas binary vector we have one disarmed TA plasmid and in another one we have the virulence region. I hope you people know what exactly is the importance of virulence region. It has totally 8 operons, 25 genes, and because of the presence of this virulence region, you have the transfer of DNA into the host organism. So today what we are going to study is plasmid as well as its transgene. Now let us consider we have a sequence of tDNA with right border and left border with our gene of interest, right? So consider this as a diagram where we have 5 dash, 3 dash, 3 dash, 5 dash. So this is left border, this is right border, left border, and inside this we might have our gene of interest, a big one, and we may have some marker for a resistant gene. Now, what is the basic process? Just try to understand the concept here. So initially, with respect to we have virulence region, what happens? It is a product of D1 and D2 which detects and does the endonuclease activity, right? So initially at the 5' end you have the complex of D1 which determines the right border and binds to that. In turn, D1 asks or invites D2, that is the endonuclease activity, to come and join to that location. So what exactly happens is a nick is being created. Let me draw D2 as a box, a square. Now what happens? D2 binds to this particular sequence and tries to create a nick. In the third step I have still the gene of my interest as well as the marker. Now in third step what exactly happens? This is right border, this is left border. So I have still the D2 molecule there, where you have removal of D1. As the polymerase enzyme will try to transcribe, in the meantime protein C or virulence C helps in pulling out or unwinding the single stranded DNA. In the meantime, we also have proteins, that is C for unwinding, then we have virulence protein which tries to do a single stranded DNA protein. This is single stranded DNA protein. The single stranded DNA protein will try to protect this DNA, and finally we have the single stranded DNA, we have single stranded DNA in a binding protein. Then we have, let me draw a new protein. This is protein of virulence F. So let me try to tell you in very brief. I have right border, left border. Initially D1 molecule will come and bind. It determines which is the location of right border. Once it comes and binds, it asks D2 to come and join. D2, once it joins, it has the activity of endonuclease. As D2 binds here, you have removal of D1. So once D1 is removed, D2 tries to create a nick. You have RNA polymerase which tries to bind and they'll try to transcribe. Once it transcribes, in the meantime we have unwinding of this unwinding of this double stranded to form a single stranded with the activity of virulence C. Then we have the protein products which bind to single stranded DNA so that it will try to protect the single stranded DNA once it enters into the host organism. And finally we have another protein which is the product of virulence F. So now once the DNA enters into the host, it carries single stranded DNA binding protein, it has single stranded DNA, it has virulence F protein, right? So this is the simple concept of the gene what I wanted to be transcribed. Once this process happens, entry of single stranded DNA into nucleus, this gets converted to double stranded DNA by host enzymes and they'll undergo transformation, that is transformation which is a stable kind. So this is a key concept in producing what you call it as transgenic plant using agrobacterial mode of gene transfer. Now if I wanted to explain you regarding the mechanism or the schematic representation, I'll do it very fast. First concept what I want is transgene, that is gene of my interest, into agrobacteria either by binary or co-integrated. From here I will be taking an explant. The explant genome should be quite stable, it should have resistant, it should be ingrown. You have some of the important key features to select an explant. So all those characters has to be scrutinized. Once I have taken explant, I will go for callus or cells. In the meantime, I will go for addition of acetosyringone from external source or internal. Internally what we try to do is we try to damage the callus, damage the cells, so that this callus or cells will try to produce small quantity of this acetosyringone, which would be detected by agrobacterium and it will infect. So once this process is done, next is we go for selection by killing bacteria. So what we do? We try to culture the cells which has bacteria in antibiotics. So this antibiotics will try to kill the bacteria and I'll get only the callus cells. So later selection 1, this is called as selection 2. In selection 2 it is with respect to transformed or non-transformed cells. So we already know that in binary vector or in co-integrated vector, we go for ampicillin resistant or kanamycin resistant. So we will culture the cells in either kanamycin or ampicillin. So what happens is it differentiates between transformed and non-transformed cells. So take an example, non-transformed orchid, I get only transformed cells. So in this transform, what I try to do is I go for rooting or shooting. So once I go either for rooting or shooting, I'll be getting a complete plantlet. And this is not a simple technique. We have to scrutinize, we have to add growth factors, we have to do all the different techniques for plant tissue culture. So once you have got, let me do it here. Once you have got the plantlet, we go for seed production. Once seeds are produced, we distribute, and the plants what we have are transgenic plants. So this is a very fast note on how exactly we get transgenic plant from Agrobacterium mode of gene transfer. Thank you for watching the video.